So hello and welcome again to another episode of Behind the Bach. I'm here with music director Bruce Pullan, and we are at the open rehearsal for the Sing-Along Messiah. And thanks, Bruce, for doing this interview with us. And
a bit.
So how many times have you conducted Handel's Messiah?
I've never kept count, but it's in the 50s, I think.
And how many performances have you performed in?
I don't know. A lot.
And so, after so many times conducting it and rehearsing it, is there anything new for you? What still brings you coming back to it?
I think, as with most other great works of art, each time you come back to it, you see something else you've not noticed, or you find a confirmation of something you've noticed but you hadn't realized how significant it was. And it's just it's a great work. It's like Shakespeare or something. There is always something there. The piece grows as you grow, as your understanding grows. You realize more and more what an enormous, incredible genius Handel was.
So when was your first performance?
I first sang it at school, high school, when I was 14, and sang in the choir.
So 20 some odd years ago.
That sort of thing, yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
And what's different between then and now?
For me?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I can sing a bit better, and I can get all the notes right, which I sort of got the notes right, but I couldn't sing them accurately because it's so difficult. And I found it very frustrating to sing the runs and not to be able to get my voice to do them. I found it frustrating that it was too high or too low or both. But I fell in love with the piece and with singing from those early performances.
Okay. And what would you say is your favorite chorus from Messiah?
Actually, I think the one that we've just been working on just now in this rehearsal, which was For Unto Us, I think it's the most wonderfully constructed chorus and most terribly satisfying musically, as well as exciting in the context of the story.
And what about your favorite aria?
Oh boy. My favorite aria is one that's often cut, although there are two of them. No, actually it's not true. I think my favourite aria is probably I Know That My Redeemer Liveth.
And
but
why?
there are some that are often cut that are really fine. If God Before Us, for example, is a great aria.
And why My Redeemer Liveth?
I think, again, it's like, as I've been saying with other parts of Handel, the construction of the aria is magnificent. It's very personal and universal all at the same time. I mean, you feel that the person singing it is actually believing and saying those words, I know. You actually believe that she knows, but there is also a universal significance about the way he's written the piece, which makes wonderful sense.
And what's your favorite to perform? Because obviously you haven't performed I Know That My Redeemer Liveth.
No, I haven't done that, no. I wish I had. I think probably Comfort Ye in Every Valley, which I did many, many times. The only trouble about singing tenor in Messiah is that you sit there and you stand up immediately after the overture and sing two very hard pieces, and you sit down for another hour and a quarter and do nothing. And it's really rather frustrating, but particularly since you've not had time to warm up or anything. It's a little bit hair-raising, but they're wonderful pieces. And you really feel that this is a very awful thing to say, I suppose, but when you sing Comfort Ye My People, you really feel sort of prophet-like.
Sort of prophetic.
Prophetic, yeah. I mean, you take on the nature of the prophet.
So this is your last season with the Vancouver Bach Choir. Are you looking forward to retirement?
Yes, enormously.
Any regrets?
Not so far.
No?
I've done so many jobs at once for the last 40 years that I've always been perpetually tired, and I've never had a chance to read or sit down and do anything. Now I'm doing those things, and it's wonderful.
So are you going to come back for Sing-Along Messiah one year?
It's going to take a while before I can. Yes, I just want to stay out of it for a bit when I finished, and then maybe later on I can actually start listening to music for enjoyment again, as I did when I was a child. But if you do it professionally all the time, the last thing you want to do is to sit and listen, except to work at it,
And so, a few other random questions. What is your favorite musical piece of all time?
Oh boy. I mean, there are several. If I give you four.
Sure.
The Art of Fugue by Bach, the late Opus 130 late Beethoven Quartet, string quartet, which is, I mean, an incredible piece. The St. John Passion, and probably probably Saul by Handel.
So a lot of Baroque music in there.
Yes, there is. Yeah, but I mean, I'd have to give you a list of 40 to distinguish. Start distinguishing, because there's so many pieces, and it depends on what mood I'm in. For example, as a singer, I've done an enormous amount of Schubert, and every 4 years I'd say I never want to sing another Schubert song. I don't like Schubert anymore. And then 2 years later, I'd suddenly realize how wonderful it was and do it again. So as you grow up, you change. As you get older, you learn more and you do more.
And what's your favorite non-classical piece?
Oh boy. In the 60s, I was a great fan of Cream. Because I thought they were wonderful musicians. There was just a sort of a period of time when all of the right combinations between rock music and jazz kind of coalesced, and you got these really amazing performers playing. And I found that very, very good. And
any words to the Bach Choir on your final season, or any words of advice for anyone coming in?
Oh no, it's not my job to give advice to anybody. I hope everyone enjoys it, that's all.
Okay, well, thanks so much for your time, and we're all going to miss you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.